So when I say this, I really do mean this. Now, everyone, hello, welcome to Commentary Episode 3, the show where Hippo just yaps. We're gonna be, for the first time ever, it's not really anything negative, but mostly, I guess, really concerned about, and that is, well, video games. In this case, we're gonna be talking about, with the title, Black Ops 6. Now, I'm no video gaming man, but I'm a man who likes to play video games, if that makes sense. So with that, I really want to dabble onto this because really for any sort of consumer, whether you're a sweat, a tryhard, a content creator, streamer, yada yada, whatever, this game, it has so much potential, but I believe it's going to be, the best way I can say, it's a 50-50. So let me put this in perspective. So right now, I have me a coin, okay? And this is no ordinary coin. For you Batman fans out there, this is the legendary Two-Face coin. And fun fact, this is one of the coins that was used in the, or this is one of the prompts that was used in the Dark Knight movie. You do not want to know how much I had to bet on this coin in an auction. It was really expensive, but hey, good side. But yeah, my analogy right now for the coin goes something like this. So the Call of Duty Black Ops 6 game right now, it's, I don't know how else to put it other than this is going to have to be the game that decides the fate of Call of Duty. And when I say that, I don't mean like, oh, if it's going to do well in sales. I'm talking like, I'm saying for a general sense for Call of Duty, if not Activision alone, this game has to succeed. And with all the stuff that's pushing, they're really pushing the expectation to the point where there's two outcomes. The good one being the game will be an instant success, probably. As to, like, I guess recent CODs, it will be as successful as Modern Warfare 19, or I guess maybe some bits at the beginning of Modern Warfare 9 or 2022, whatever that one is, Modern Warfare 2 reboot, or it can be the bad side and it can all crumble down. It's like a domino effect. It's like we're playing Jenga with those cartridges, whatever, these disc carriers. I'm gonna be honest, I already forgot what they're called. I just call them cartridges because I'm old. But it's like we're playing Jenga with them, and if you move one, and guess what happens? All of that right there will tumble. So what I mean, so let me go ahead and just explain with this what I mean. So, first things first, we need to look, I guess, some of the past. I don't want to like make this a long one. That'll be because I already made a whole other conversation relating to that stuff. But so here's the deal: the introduction to Call of Duty when Modern Warfare 19 came out, it became a big, huge high standard. Then COVID hit and Warzone kicked off, and it pretty much made Call of Duty back at its peak since like Black Ops 2, Advanced Warfare, and Black Ops 3, and then of course the bits of World War 2, and all that jazz. Well, sad thing is though is, I guess with that, a new unprecedented, I guess, marketing has happened, and very, very scuffed, if not very risky moves were made to sell more CODs and more stuff, to the point where instead of the IP becoming more of like a game and entertainment, it became more of a marketing IP and a product, to the point where, and like for you people, I try and get on this sense where I'm saying with this, everything is only being supported for Warzone or ways where they can get microtransactions. Let's look at Modern Warfare 3, for example. The most recent COD right now, to this date, being what was supposed to be a DLC, but decided to be a direct sequel, and had I'm pretty sure, someone can correct me this in the comments, but it was one of the shortest CODs ever made, and the worst bit of it was this. The Call of Duty campaign was underwhelming, and without having to go into spoilers if you never played the campaign, literally nothing was done. Anything that the good guy's done or the bad guy's done, nothing was resolved. You're literally just back to square one, and it's just rinse and repeat with Warzone missions, which really sucked. Multiplayer, which is remasters, if not, again, like, say, with Modern Warfare 19, or not Modern Warfare 19, Modern Warfare 2 2022, which, in this case, I'm just going to call it Modern Warfare 22, just for simplicity's sake. They were just Warzone IP or UI maps, whatever locations, just smaller and repurposed for multiplayer, which is, hey, I guess reuse, recycle, whatever, but it was got to the point where it was very repetitive, to the point the maps that we have now for that game, if now we're split off to Modern Warfare 3, we would not have. So lackluster. And of course, being multiplayer in Warzone, or not multiplayer, zombies in multiplayer, now having it to where everything's based on bundles. You even some pay to win stuff. Like for example, in DMZ, I remember DMZ having like actual ways to grind and such. But around like the end of its cycle, they decided just to throw that all away and have it to where you have to buy certain bundles that are over $30 now, if not almost nearly as much as a Call of Duty game, just to get like one item that's gonna benefit you big time in Call of Duty. And what sucks too with zombies now at that point too, where they're adding more operators, giving you wonder weapons and all that jazz. And then for Warzone, giving you competitive advantages. Like for example, there was a crossover that they did with The Boys over on Amazon. That's also based off the comics. And the Black Noir character was essentially, and again, people already knew this was going to be coming. They knew it was going to be one of the first things. It was going to be the new Rose, and wouldn't you know it, I don't play Warzone or anything, so I don't know what's happening over there. But from what I heard, there was no patches, there was nothing to make it stand out. You were literally a walking shadow that could just hide in a corner, and you would not be undetected by anything unless you have thermal vision, which I think was really bad. But again, they knew it was going to be there, so they put it at front face value. Same thing with others. Like, for example, the Godzilla thing, $80 just for a melee weapon. And I know it got an update and all that, where it just launches the people and all that. But in reality, actually just look at this. All you got was a melee weapon skin, but instead of just, grinding for it or whatever, no, you had to buy your... I'm talking like CSGO, Valorant, bullshit. And it's not that good, in my opinion, if I'm being honest. So, now with, I guess, some of that, and of course, the other CODs, like Vanguard, Modern Warfare 22, bits of Cold War. I mean, I like Cold War personally, but I knew Cold War 2 also had a lot of cons. I was just going to say for Copium, it was because of COVID, but in reality, it was also mostly due to timing because of what happened with Warzone. And also Modern Warfare 19 with the whole high graphic stuff, and of course, moving on to consoles. So, where does it sit for Black Ops 6? Well, gameplay has been leaked. This, I will not show gameplay whatsoever, because copyright infringement and all that. But also, within the new Black Ops 6, as we speak right now, on August 7th, 2024, there has been a big, huge surgence of literally everything we want in a Call of Duty game coming back. And what I mean is, and from what people are saying, I think I kind of agree when I say this too. This is basically Cold War 2. It's a colder war, if you want. But what makes it interesting, though, is not other this is a Treyarch game, which, for story-wise, yes, the others have been fine. But Treyarch has always stepped up and actually put it in a world history, to the point where they managed to make some good narratives, different topics, and maybe even educate some people. Which what they did with Cold War, with the Warzone event, with the whole Know Your History, which I think was amazing that they did, because it was so good. And then of course the introduction of zombies, and of course their fun multiplayer, and my personal favorite, them introducing I guess a new spin for masteries, and a completion. So even though, yes, it may not be their realistic stuff, but they're only all about the core value of what you see in a Call of Duty game. So we got fun mastery camos to unlock, like Dark Matter and Diamond, for example. They introduced us to Ultra Crafts and everything, whatever they're called, which was then repurposed for Cold War, which now became a fundamental thing because of it. And not to mention too, adding fun, just really fun little neat details and Easter eggs from here and there, making them not other having a successful story, weapons, missions, memorable moments, and of course infamous maps that is a golden staple. For example, Nuketown. Nuketown's the Treyarch version of Shipment, or Rust if you want to put. Or we can say for zombies, everything from its iconic ray gun, or anything from the monkey bomb, or dare even say even some of the characters I bet you right now, if you ever talk to someone about Black Ops and everything and they know what that is or have a gist of it, I bet you most of the time they're gonna be saying, "The numbers, Mason. What do they mean? What do they mean, Mason? The numbers, numbers, Mason. What are the numbers?" Sorry, y'all, I had a little freak out there. So, Black Ops 6 is right now being the most, I guess, deliberate game I've seen when it comes to its marketing. Because when I mean this literally, so Treyarch has been abused, if not neglected, by people over at Call of Duty. Now, I'm not gonna say generic or basic names like Activision or IW or whoever. They had just been, like, the overall studio has been neglected or abused to the point where like they couldn't finish their games. They had to take over games, or most importantly, they have been fired, booted off, or just completely blacklisted. Well, finally, we got a Call of Duty game, and they actually got I believe, a 4-year cycle, maybe higher. Honestly, it's more than 2. They got a more than a 2-year cycle for this. So they're getting to put out a lot of stuff. And from what we got from the COD Direct and everything, and because of the acquisition stuff, Microsoft acquisition, I don't know what you want to call it, they now have somewhat of a creative freedom. And from what we got from the Direct, and most recently, the cinematic trailers and everything else to that, multiplayer is going to be amazing with a lot of maps that start, and it's going to be your basic learning maps where it's a 3-way highway with one, 2 in the side, 1 in the middle, some of them intercrossing with each other to points more simple, but also you can get familiar with the layout so everyone's on an even playing field, which I'm a real big fan of. Because I'm going to be honest, I'm really bad at multiplayer. I can't do PvP as well. I mean, for crying out loud, in Modern Warfare 3, the more sniper from Advanced Warfare, I unlocked the blunderbuss version of it, and I put on a white camo on it to make it look like a bone, and I dead ass, I'm not kidding, I call it I have it named as the calcium cannon, and all I do is literally camp in a corner, and I just shoot someone, and then at the end of the game, I'm like, "Ha! You've been rigged by the hippo with this calcium cannon! Ha 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 ha! Pew pew!" Like, just having fun. Even if it is very scummy, I'm just having fun, not trying, to be a tryhard out there. Or, dare I even say, too, with how multiplayer is, I'm going to be honest, I might actually get back on the grind on multiplayer. Because I've never grinded solo on multiplayer since Black Ops 3, and I have screenshots on my Xbox to prove it. I actually went out of my way to get sweaty builds, trying to provide a kill. I almost dropped a nuke for the first time ever. I think I was like on a, I can't remember. What was the one that's like close to the, what is the one, is it Ruthless? Someone tell me in the comment section, what is it for a 20 kill streak? Because I mentioned I had a 20 kill streak, and I freaking died around the end. I mean, we still won the match, don't get me wrong, but hey, it was either Merciless or Ruthless or whatever it was, so just tell me in the comment section what's a 20th kill streak medal. But none of that. Campaign I'm on the fritz about, because from what I heard, campaign is gonna be like Far Cry or whatever, like, so the campaign is gonna be like mission select, but it still be somewhat linear. So either way, campaign's gonna be good because we're going to like the fun missions, and as they said, they want this COD to be very memorable. So with that, especially for campaigns, since again most of the COD stuff has to relate to the campaign, because whatever's in the campaign will affect for zombies now because they're in the same universe, and for multiplayer, and of course Warzone, because Warzone being like the second campaign, just by season. So the fact that we wanted to make this very memorable, I'm expecting like branching paths, like with Black Ops 2, for example. I mean, this takes place right after some of the half of the game memory of Black Ops 2, where freaking supposedly, depending on the ending, Mason dies and Jason Hudson dies, and we're just left with whatever. So that's gonna be fine. Oh, and also Woods is in a wheelchair, so that sucks. Sad. Rest in peace to my boy Twig. So, that's amazing. And then of course zombies. Oh, and I'm speaking for not just me, but a lot of people out here. We're gonna be eating tonight, maybe, because with the decline of zombies, which is Treyarch's love child, they introduced it and it became one of the, like, if you talk about any side mode or anything like that, there's a chance that when people talk about Call of Duty, zombies is going to be mentioned. Even if they don't know it, a lot of people know the zombies and know like what it is. It's a round-based, wave objective type of game where all you have to do is survive. find ways to kill zombies, attain new weapons, and occasionally solve a secret hidden main quest or Easter egg in the middle of it, whether it's to uncover a song, a secret weapon, or of course, something that relates to the story that will reveal next events to the next map, or maybe something to the next COD. And wouldn't you know it, zombies today, I'm not going to say this, it has been big. For starters, we're getting a new viral campaign, which I know they're hinting like, oh, it's not actually that, but in reality it really is, because Kevin Drew, the lead designer and all that for zombies, actually tweeted everything to Mr. Waffles, aka Milo, and honestly, if you never heard the news, basically there's some guy or some group called named the Dias Cast, and yeah, no, they basically just kidnapped, or not really kidnapped, but like took over Milo's stream and everything, and have him go on a wild goose chase. So I don't know where he's at right now. I haven't really. I need to catch him on his videos. A lot of streamers are now for some reason being like replaced or having to give out subtle hints. Conan Pizza is hinting a lot of 115 and throwing ciphers. Noah is now, I guess, becoming slowly like AI or whatever, and doing short streams, and now out of nowhere just starting to stream Cold War Zombies, only just for him to like deliver messages like mostly with Morse code, or anything in weird particular order, to the point where it's starting to get creepy. And then of course other talk show streamers, even those that are not even related to zombies, like say Merc Music for example, are now out of nowhere getting tweeted, they're getting added by, and of course now they are somehow in the mix, to the point where there's a giant conspiracy. Now with that, there's a big, huge ARG going on with the whole, I think The Truth Dies, I think that's called, where we're getting small hints, including the map Liberty Falls, and of course, with what we got, the biggest intel drop, and by tomorrow as we speak, which I will be reacting to, will be the gameplay trailer for Terminus, honestly, the biggest map that everyone that's a fan of zombies is going to want to play, with everything that's been promised and what we've seen so far. It's a Zetsubu no Shima Mob of the Dead merge with, what best way I can say is a new type of two new types of enemies. One of them being something directly from Resident Evil, and an actual fun Easter egg style story. And with that, I think that's insane. Now, here's the conclusion I would have to put this with how much they're throwing out there from ARGs, viral campaigns, cinematics, trailers, and of course Connex, where they're going to be featuring literally everything you need to know. Having podcasts to actually talk about this stuff. Big events going on, updating previous titles to show off the new stuff. I mean this when I say it. They're going way beyond than they should to deliver a game. A singular game, I might add. I mean, they didn't even do this with Modern Warfare 2 or 22. And get this, that game, it was supposed to be big. So, if that ain't, this, what is Black Ops 6 doing? I mean this when I say it, Black Ops 6, it's a weird one. Like, I have not seen this big of a COD reveal or anything since, really, in reality, Black Ops 3 and Infinite Warfare, with leaks and everything, and of course, with certain details added, or say with Black Ops 2, where they added, when Snapchat was around, they added like Snapchat codes to reveal their next COD. I'm not even kidding when I say this. This is an intense marketing campaign, and this is where I would have to put my opinion in. You can agree with me, and I want to, if you have your own opinions, I want to hear them, because I'm an open-minded guy. With everything that's being thrown out there, this game, it has a lot on its plate, and it can go in either two directions. It can either thrive on it and be successful, or it can be like a domino effect, and if something falls, the whole thing crumbles. And with the previous events that we had, starting from Cold War, or again, like bits of Cold War, mainly mostly from the beginning to the middle, the end and all that was fine in YouTube, but then all of Vanguard, and then mostly the beginning and middle of Modern Warfare 22, but then of course also the beginning and really most of the stuff we're getting from Modern Warfare 3, except for multiplayer, they're fine, but Warzone, campaign, and zombies is being terrible right now, especially because of microtransactions and zero updates and everything, and zero care, in my opinion. I think it's safe to say, with where we're at and where we're standing, if Black Ops 6 doesn't come out successful, not even by like an inch. All of the hype, all of the stuff they're building, having even people throwing their lives away and everything. Okay, that's a bit extreme, but you know what I'm getting when I say that. If none of it nails the mark, not even near a bullseye on a dartboard, this might be the end of Call of Duty. I'm not kidding when I say it. This might be the end of Call of Duty as we speak, because the only way the game is now making money is via by microtransactions. That's why they put a lot of art and effort into it, because of money. And knowing that the past Call of Duty is for content and everything, and of course overall game style and simplistic sake and they have been failing miserably. So with everything that's being thrown at us to appease for the old and the new fans, everything that we're wanting, multiple days, if not months, maybe even a whole year of content at the start, all I have to say is I'm afraid that Black Ops 3, or I'm afraid that Black Ops 6, I mean, I'm afraid. I'm concerned. Because here's the deal, I'm concerned. If Black Ops 6 fails, Call of Duty crumbles, and we probably won't be able to see another Call of Duty game until they can get their act straight. And if it succeeds, then I think it's safe to say that we have a good Call of Duty game to probably look back and help hopefully set next expectations for the next game. And with that, that's me ranting for about 22 minutes or so, maybe like that. With that, if you enjoy this episode of commentary, let me know in the comment section below. If there's another topic you want me to talk about, let me know. I'll sit and yap about it another time. With that, hope you do have a good time. Take care. Bye.